Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Hello. I'm sporting the sparkle box. I couldn't help myself, you guys. Had to put her on after we styled her yesterday. Oh, yes. And I trying to find the live here so I can share it and share it into the group. See, I can't really talk and press buttons at the same time some days. It's just not how it goes. So, okay, shared it into the group. And I'm noticing on my business page and the Bling Boutique, you guys, the ocean is all over the cover of it. And yeah, all of that's sold out now. So if you got in on the ocean set, if you grabbed your ocean set and your ocean bracelet, good job, because now she's gone. And I knew she was going to be gone real fast. I knew that one was going to sell out really quickly. So, because it's blue and it's gorgeous and so pretty. Um, yeah, and silver. So, and oh my gosh, the way that thing sparkled in like with the fireworks cut. Why is that so hard for me to find the words for? The fireworks cut in that stone is just so gorgeous. So I'm going to give it a moment while I wait for you guys to hop on with me for Talk About It Tuesday. I see we have 6 questions on Talk About It Tuesday and all of that. So we're going to talk about that stuff. But hop on with me as you see me, comment live, comment replay. Remember that I'm doing the comment drawing different for this week. I still need to make the post for it. But basically, I'm going to pick a random day out of this week, a random day. All right. And I'm going to pick a random day and then I'm going to look to see who commented that day. And then I'm going to make my list from that. Okay. Then we're going to find a winner from that single day. Every week is going to be different. So it's not always going to be on a Monday or a Tuesday or whatever. Every week is going to be different. So that's how we're doing comment drawing. So you have to talk on all the lives. Otherwise, you might miss a day, and that might be the day that gets picked, right? In fact, maybe I'll have my smart speaker or my kids pick the day that I should go base my comment drawing off of, because they love to participate in that kind of stuff. So, talk to me in the comment section. Let me know you're with me. It looks like there's a couple people watching, but I never really know until I actually see comments coming through, and I know it's delayed because it is just that is the way it is. So, hey, Nancy. All right. We're getting some comments here. Oh, I just have to tell you, my house smells so yummy right now. So incredibly yummy. So today is one of those days where it's a double activity day where I'm bringing the kids to one activity, and then as soon as we get home, they have to shovel food down their throat. And then I have to head off to another activity for more than one of those kids. And it's one of those days. So I had to do a crock pot meal today. And I have some just classic beef stew brewing in my crock pot, which makes the house smell so good. And then I make rolls. I don't homemade make my rolls. However, I have to tell you, the rolls that I do make, they taste homemade. I always thought they were homemade. My Uncle Marv used to bring them, a great Uncle Marv used to bring them to all the family gatherings back in the day. He was like a grandfather to me because I didn't have a grandfather. Um, because they all passed either when I was an infant or well before that. And I'd never met them. So, anyways, my great uncle was kind of like my grandpa, and he always brought these so good like dinner rolls to all of our family, like holiday, Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Uncle Marv's rolls were like a must have. And then I always thought he made them from scratch. They were homemade. And then somebody busted my bubble and because I had found the Rhodes, Rhodes. I'm sure it's a brand that's everywhere. I had found those in the freezer section of the grocery store. I'm like, hey, we're gonna try those because why not? Let's try them. Oh, I made them, and I'm like, these taste just like Uncle Marv's rolls. And then my mom's like, yeah, Seisha, that was how Uncle Marv made his rolls. They're the frozen Rhodes dough. I'm like, and here I thought all these years growing up, the man homemade his bread. Nope. But anywho, so my house smells delicious. That's the long story. Long story long. Hey Tanya, thanks for joining. All right, so I see Nancy and Tanya are talking to me in the comment section. It is Tuesday. The biggest things I want to tell you is that if you love this Sparkle Box, I did put the Esme chain with the Sparkle Box. I think I want to wear it with the Declan. We're gonna try the Declan next because thinking circle to circle would be really nice. But goodness gracious, that thing is so sparkly. I know Tammy, she's watching us too. I think the rose, they are so incredibly good. They're so good. In fact, I usually have to put a limit. I tell my kids I know exactly how many are in that pan. I'm gonna count them. Like if I disappear and go do something and I come back, like 15 of them are gone if I don't put like rules on them. But it's all good. Okay. All right, friends. Talk about it Tuesday. I'm going to get to the questions. I feel like so I wanted to tell you guys all of the ocean stuff is sold out. Our ocean set, our ocean bracelet, that is all gone. I noticed well, okay, the Lana in the periwinkle is still available. And remember, I showed that with you guys. Showed it paired with that sunset necklace, how absolutely gorgeous that was with all of the colors. Maybe you missed my live. Here, let me put down my iPad with the questions here. Maybe you missed it yesterday. Maybe you didn't see what this piece of the sunset looks like framing the periwinkle Lana, and it's stunning. It is so pretty, you guys. It matches it. I'm kicking myself that I didn't put the 2 and 2 together when I was taking pictures for this one. That would have been totally one that I should have done. Anywho's, it's all right. It's all right. And then yeah, okay. Also, one more thing before I get to all the questions, because I definitely want to get to your Talk About It Tuesday questions, is that I'm looking for my next messenger party. People, we're going to keep pushing for the messenger parties because they're so much fun. They get to involve the whole community in the Bling Boutique, and then we get more people in the group anyways. It's such an easy, fun way of doing parties these days, and I would love to do more for you guys. Plus, y'all would be helping me out earn the Cancun every time anybody hosts a messenger party and all the things. So every little bit helps. I have until the end of May, and yeah, so I am pushing, my friends. And okay, so here we go. We're gonna start answering the questions on the Talk About It Tuesday. Okay. Miss Jan, oh, messenger parties. I forgot to mention a really important point on the messenger parties. Sorry, you guys. If you host with me by the end of May, a messenger party, okay, super simple. Post for a couple days before the live. The live happens in the Bling Boutique. Post for a couple days afterwards. Then it's done. Seriously, it's so incredibly simple. All you do on your end is talk to your friends to see who wants to be involved. That's it. That's all I'm asking for you. And then there will be a point where I might ask you to make sure they're in the Bling Boutique, and that's it. All right. I'm going to give you an extra $200 in credit on top of your hostess benefits. So listen, if you did a messenger party, you collected 10 separate orders. That's $400 in free jewelry credit from Park Lane. I'm going to toss on an extra $200 in jewelry credit because you hosted a messenger party with me. Okay. All right, there you go. All right, Jan wants to know, does Park Lane ever bring back retired pieces? You know, sometimes it's like once in a while, like the cotton candy style drop bracelet that is, I think, still available on the website. That's a restock from a while ago. Okay. I forget what year that popped into play. But and then like the holiday line, do you remember in December? It was right around Black Friday and things like that. They were dropping impression bracelets, a different color every single day, plus a set. Those are all restocks, if you will. So Taylor went through all of our most popular impression bracelet colors and picked those and brought them back for a short amount of time. So yeah, so once in a while she'll do that. But as far as like restocking and putting it back in the catalog, usually that doesn't happen. Sometimes it's like you'll look on the website and then think, wait a second, I thought that bracelet was gone. And then they must have found a box somewhere. And then, like, it usually sells out so fast. As soon as we notice it on the website, usually all of a sudden it's gone because it's out of stock. So, yes and no. It's a hard question to answer, Jan. Yes and no. Sometimes, but they don't ever bring it back to reintroduce it and keep it in the line for a long time. They don't usually ever do that. Actually, in fact, I haven't ever had that do happen. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. You're right, Jessica. Okay. Hey, Jessica, thanks for joining the live today. Cindy, how many new stylists do I need to recruit each month to make my quota? Oh, that's a great question. All right. Well, for one, I don't really have a quota that I have to recruit on the monthly basis, Cindy, even at a leadership level. Now, I will say this, if I want to earn my Mercedes bonus that month, my team and myself have to sell so much in a month. And then my team and myself have to bring in like 4 qualified recruits within a month. So it doesn't always have to be all on my shoulders. But if I wanted to earn that Mercedes bonus, that's the qualifications to earn it. So there's not necessarily a flat quota that I have to bring on every month. I don't have that. Okay. But I will tell you this. Recruits are amazing because they do help us hit bonuses. They do help us earn uh, trips and things like that. So for example, I need to recruit 5 people to earn my trip to Cancun. So, this is a prime time. Like, I'm going to put this out to you guys. Like, this is a prime opportunity to, like, if you just were curious about how it might work for Park Lane and you wanting to test the waters, this is the prime time to do it. And you can test the waters. You'd be helping this girl out as one of my recruits for Cancun. And then you'd have the option of however you want to run your business. Really, you really do have the option of how full on you want to do it, how part time you want to do it. I put it in your court. I give you the effort that you give back to me, and so on and so on. So it's really up to you. For example, like there was a lady who came on to my team back last year. Actually, she signed up the day I picked up Melvin. Down in Iowa last summer, Father's Day weekend, she signed up with me. And she just wanted to do it because she was in love with the jewelry. She wanted to get cash back on her own orders. Really? So, and she would occasionally order for some of her friends that were interested in ordering. And she was just very like, like whatever, would submit an order here or there. One month she wouldn't do anything, and then next month she would submit an order or two. And that was cool with her. That's what she wanted to do until recently she actually told me like, no, I need to take this more serious. I actually would like to do something more with my time because she's finding she has more time on her hands. And now she wants to change up how she does her business and wants to put the gas pedal down a little bit more. And I'm here for it. So I'm helping her out do that. So that's the glorious part about our jobs is that you can sign up and do it very minimally and help Seisha out earn a trip to Cancun. And then you can gauge what you want to do with your business. And if you wanted to go a little bit halfway, just use it for your own benefit. I mean, it's really, yeah, the options are endless, which is really great. But no hard quotas that I have to do monthly whatsoever. Okay, Jessica, how do I know what content to cover during my lives? This is a great question. Never had this kind of question before. Is it driven from your leaders or the stylists on what you cover, style, or talk about certain things? Yes and no. Yes. Let's see. So sometimes Talk About a Tuesday, we've been doing Talk About a Tuesday for a while, and this is fun. I like Talk About a Tuesday. I don't know how everybody else feels, but it's fun to have these conversations because through the questions, I get to know you guys a little bit more, and then I get information out that you're just curious about. So that's been kind of a constant for a long time. But some of the other days, if I get the Sparkle Box, obviously I'm going to talk about the Sparkle Box, or I'll base it on the tile that goes up for the day. So like Tuesdays are, no, Thursdays are this or that Thursdays. So if I don't have anything particular to show off or talk about on a Thursday, I'll look at that tile and I'll show this or that. So yeah, that's in fact how I train my stylists that are interested in going live. I just say, look at the tile that's going to post today. And then if you have that jewelry, great. You can show it off, or even one piece from that thing. You can show it off. If it's a post talking about beaded bracelets, I just say grab one of your beaded bracelets and show it off and style it. So really, that's kind of how we determine what's going on today, or what kind of jewelry is dropped, and all of that. So, and then Tanya, do the monthly Sparkle Box sales go towards the points I need to earn trips? Yes. Yes, 100%. Those Sparkle Boxes count 100%. They count towards our trips, which is fantastic. So anytime you guys grab a Sparkle Box, subscribe to Sparkle Box, or grab extra pieces from your Sparkle Box back office, because that's a perk of the Sparkle Box. You become a Sparkle Box fashion subscriber. You can then shop the past items that they still have there on in the back office, your back Sparkle office area. Anytime you get any of those ones, or you get your monthly box, those points count towards my trip that I'm earning at the time. Isn't that fantastic? They don't leave anything off the table. They allow us to earn as many as we can. They do so many wonderful things for us in order for us to see us on those trips. Nancy, how do you pronounce my last name? That's funny is that, okay, my maiden name is Hammer. Okay, super easy. But never had to spell it for anybody, because they're like, oh, like the tool? Like, yeah, that's my maiden name. That was Hammer. And my maiden name comes from, I think our family was named from a hill that was like in Norway or something like that. Seriously, that's where it came from. Anywho's, I digress. When I married Craig, I said to Craig, jokingly said this to him, because I would never suggest this to my husband, but said, if you took my last name of Hammer, that would be super cool. Craig Hammer, I always gave him a hard time about that. But I go, gosh, now I'm going to have to spell not only my first name and pronounce not only my first name, Seisha, to people, but I'm also going to have to spell and pronounce my last name to people too. To me, it wasn't a hard last name to learn, but I have noticed that a lot of people are totally confused on how to say the last name. But it is Pan, like a frying pan, Kratz. Yeah, Kratz. Kratz. Pan Kratz. People put like an N sometime in the last part of my name, and it's like, no, there's no N back there. But just Pan Kratz. Maybe that's not how they wanted it to be pronounced, whoever came up with Craig's last name. But anyways, yeah, there you go. The more you know. All right, Kathy, what do you think of the new tariffs will affect PL? Okay. All right. I knew eventually we were going to get this question. And I was like, well, yeah, I don't really know how, if any of that stuff's going to happen. I really truly do not know. Park Lane stays consistent. Park Lane is staying consistent with our sale. Park Lane is staying consistent with our Sparkle Boxes and things like that. I might as well tell you guys, because I don't want you to be blindsided, but yet all of a sudden I don't know. I don't want to make a big deal out of what I'm going to tell you next. But I'm going to explain some things, and hopefully what I say next will make sense to you guys. There is one change that's coming to Park Lane. Oh, hang on, guys. Sorry, my phone. I am trying to charge my phone as well. Keep it in the holder. And okay, am I back? This is what happens when you have a heavy object trying to charge your phone while you're live, and then all of a sudden it falls out of the thing, and then the side buttons get pushed, and then it goes black. So comment and let me know that you see me now. Let me know. Let me know if you see me in the comment section. And then we'll get to this pressing question that Kathy just asked. I'll wait until I see the next comment and then I'll keep going. So, yeah, sorry guys. Fumble, phone fell because my charger pulled it down off of the thing and all of that. So, giving it a moment. Do you see me now? Do you hear me now? Tanya sees me. Okay. All right, let's talk about it. The whole tariffs, I don't know. I don't know, but we are making one change within our company. So there is one change that's coming. It is what it is. But I want to point out a few really important things about what I'm going to tell you. So the one change that is going to come is that, like I said, our hostess program's not changing. Our deals of the buy two, get four and the bonus buy, that's not changing. My Sparkle boxes aren't changing, any of that stuff. The one thing that Park Lane has to change is the free shipping. Okay. Don't put the hate out there. All right. So I want you guys to just open up your blinders a little bit and just take it in and just listen to what I have to say next. Okay. Because I know some people are like, they clutch their pearls, like, what? All right. So they do have to get rid of the free shipping. Now, and that will end after Wednesday. I really didn't want to bring a big deal about this at all, but here's the skinny. We started, I should say, Park Lane started to offer free shipping option starting in 2020. All right. Started during COVID. And they did that for that reason, that it was COVID. Okay. And then things were changing and all of that. Okay. So for 65 years, they have charged shipping. Okay. For 65 years, we ran a successful business charging shipping. Now, I want to point out a few things to you guys. I want to give you a number, a stat that might drop your jaw a little bit. Do you know that 2 months of shipping our Sparkle boxes? Now, Sparkle boxes, I tell you, has free shipping. That is not changing. But the cost for 2 months combined to send our Sparkle boxes is over $1 million. Let that sink in. So that's just our Sparkle boxes. Not everybody that watches my lives are Sparkle box subscribers. Am I correct? Not everybody is. All right. So just to ship Sparkle boxes for 2 months straight is $1 million in shipping expense. All right. So now that you know that, now they had to change something. I don't know if it was tariff related. I have no idea whatsoever, but they are eliminating the free shipping. They might have it here and there once in a while on an occasion, but the thing is that also I want to tell you something about the $9 charge that I hope brings into a better light for everybody. Okay. Sometimes when people think about free shipping, they compare us to Amazon. Okay, we're not a $1 trillion company, right? We're not Amazon. And you pay for shipping anyways for Amazon. People forget that, but you pay a Prime membership in order to unlock your free shipping on the Amazon. I'm not wrong because I know we pay the Prime at the beginning of the year. And my husband even said to me in January, he's like, what was that charge for from Amazon that happened in January? And then he's like, oh, yeah, that's our Prime membership. So we can get free shipping throughout the year. You prepay for that. Okay. All right. So we're not Amazon. Plus, you already pay. You do a prepay with Amazon anyways. And people forget that because it's a one charge deal, one charge at the beginning of the year. Okay. I'm not wrong, right? All right. Also, sometimes we get like compared to like, but I can order blah, blah, blah from Target, or I can order blah, blah, blah from Sam's Club or Walmart and it'll ship for free. Yeah, we're not those companies either. Those companies are like, I mean, we're a big company, but we're not them. So nobody should be comparing Park Lane to any of those giant corporations. All right. Okay. Now I'm done with that. Now, but I want to say the $9. Okay. One thing Park Lane has never believed in is making automated systems. So, or using automated systems, meaning they don't have the automated shipping robots in their home office. They don't believe in that. They believe in employing actually people to hand pack, hand pick, hand check the jewelry that goes into your shipment. Okay. So not that $9, that's the shipping charge, not only pays like your baseline shipping cost to actually get the box to you, it pays for the materials. It actually pays for 3 people's salary because by the time you hit submit on an order, and I know this for a fact, you hit submit on an order, your jewelry goes through 3 different people's hands. All right. Actual people that work in Park Lane. And so they believe in employing people, even though they totally could probably afford all of those machines. I want you guys to know that a lot of love goes into that package. And so that $9 is paying the shipping costs, 3 people's salaries, and then it's also your insurance that's on the box, it's the shipping and the handling. That's what that charge goes for. So I'm trying not to get on my high horse here, but I feel like I have to come out defending a little bit because I know I have gotten comments like, oh, I just hate that shipping charge. And it's like, well, I mean, I get that, but we aren't those big, huge companies we get compared to that you might shop on the regular, but this is Park Lane Jewelry. This is a family-owned business that employs people. If you ever look at your receipt, I don't have one next to me, at the very bottom of your receipt, you actually have a little initial on the bottom, probably. Somebody hand checked your jewelry. So when you hit submit, the first person takes your order that's printed out, they look at it, they go collect, and then somebody else opens up all of your jewelry packages and double checks to make sure your pieces are good, they're not broken in your box, right? And then somebody boxes up and all the things. So it goes to 3 different people before the actual postal people get it. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. I just feel so passionate about it, and I hope it doesn't come off like, oh my gosh, but it is what it is, and all of that. So do I know how many people work in the home office to ship out orders? I don't exactly know how many people actually work in the home office. I probably could ask, but I do know that your single order touches 3 different people, or they touch your order before it gets actually off to the postal service. So I do know that much. How many of those people are in that shipping area? I don't know that answer. But yeah, so that is one thing that's changing. It is what it is. Listen, shipping has gone up tremendously over the years. You guys know that. I know that. I ship a lot of things. I ship a lot of things out of my house. And I've never, like, it's at least like, I mean, the shipping costs are around $4 and up to ship it from my home. And that's not including like the cost of the bubble mailer or all the things that, are extra on top of that. So, it kind of is what it is, but just know that once in a while they might toss free shipping in there for us to enjoy after this. But Wednesday, that does change. Again, I didn't want to make a big deal out of it, but here we are. Because I don't know if it's associated with the tariffs. No idea. All I know is like Park Lane needed to make a change somewhere, and that was the change that they went with. And we're all going to be grateful that that's the change they went with over some other things that were on the table. But can you imagine sparkle boxes? With not all customers get sparkle boxes. So 2 months worth of sparkle boxes is $1 million shipping cost. That's insane to me. Insane. But like I said, as far as I know, that one's not changing whatsoever. So, all right, my friends, that was Talk About It Tuesday. And if you have questions or anything to tell me on the DMs, whatever. Feel free. Feel free to message me if you have questions, thoughts, any of that stuff. Just know that I can't change anything. So if you come back to me and be like, well, maybe they should do XYZ, like I'm just going to smile and nod because I really can't make those changes. And I'm very careful about what I suggest to people, because, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I want you guys to know a lot of love goes into your package. A lot of love goes into your package, not just from me, but from that home office. And be grateful. They want to keep more people, more hands on humans working. And I love the fact that they do that. I really do. I love and appreciate it. It to me, it just symbolizes how they wear the heart on the sleeve, where they want to give people employment, um, rather than getting replaced. Okay, no more. There's no self checkout. Am I right? Am I right? There's not. There's no self checkout at Park Lane, and that's okay. All right. Okay, my friends, that's it. That's a live for today. Oh, it's a long one. I'm sorry. All right. I'm off to get my kids from school soon, so better say bye-bye for now. And tomorrow's Wishless Wednesday. Get your wishes in, and we'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.